Now, the deity Hayagriva is one of the more common deities that you find in Himalayan art. Akin to Hevajra, Chakrasambhara, Kalachakra. Hayagriva is very popular, and he has a long history. And he's also common to both the Sarma schools of Tibetan Buddhism and the Nyingma. And it can be difficult to separate the Nyingma traditions from the Sarma traditions at times. There are many different forms. Now, Hayagriva basically is seen in art as a wrathful deity, wrathful appearance, male, often red in color, but we also get black. So there's 3 or 4 different kinds of forms of black, and these all arise from the Nyingma tradition. They're all one-faced, two-armed. And the red forms are the more common, and with those we can have a one-faced, two-armed, we can have three-faced, six-armed, and we can have three-faced, eight-armed. We can have all kinds of different physical appearances. Now, really the most important thing and the only real way to identify Hayagriva in art is all of these forms of Hayagriva will have a small horse head, usually green, placed on the very top of the main wrathful face. So it's this horse head which is the defining characteristic visually, iconographically, that needs to be looked for and identified. Now, with the one-faced, two-armed Hayagriva, typically he'll have a single horse head on the crown of his head. And it will be sometimes almost lost in the flaming hair of the wrathful deity. Now, if you have a three-faced Hayagriva, three-faced six-armed, three-faced eight-armed, then you will often have 3 green horse heads, one looking forward, one looking to the right, and one looking to the left. You can also have, if you have multiple wrathful faces of the Hayagriva, you can get at times 3 horse heads on each head. So depending on the number of faces, then you can multiply the horse heads. Now, Hayagriva belongs to really all 4 classes of Buddhist Tantra classification. Really, he is most important coming out of the first classification, the Kriya Tantra. And there he belongs to the Padma family of Amitabha, Avalokiteshvara, and then Hayagriva is the wrathful deity of the Padma family of Kriya Tantra. In some cases, Hayagriva is referred to as the wrathful emanation of either Avalokiteshvara or the wrathful emanation of Amitabha himself. So depending on the context, on the literature that's being looked at or that an artwork comes out of, then there can be a slightly different interpretation of the relationship between Amitabha, Avalokiteshvara, and Hayagriva. But the key thing is the green horse head. So it doesn't matter the color. We even have a white Hayagriva. But if there's a horse head on top of the main face of the figure, then there is it is either Hayagriva or there's a strong Hayagriva relationship in all cases.